Good morning, everybody. It's Marty, the JavaScript Party, and today is the 30th of April, the last day of April, Thursday. Oh man, I was thinking it was Wednesday, so it's a bonus day for me. It's because I'm super busy at work. So the days go by a little bit, like the week goes by a little faster. I'll just be like, oh, I missed a day. So yeah, so today is Thursday. It is the 30th, the last day of April. Tomorrow is May 1st. Um, this application, we've pretty much accomplished nothing this whole year. Not really. I mean, we have visualization, we have like data layout structures and stuff like that. But okay, so this is running. Um, but we have been in a just an absolutely fascinating rabbit hole to me, anyways. And that's how that is. Now, I was like thinking about how uh, let's see all these tests. So basically, we have t unit tests that are, I believe, failing right now. We have some unit tests that are failing, and they're failing because of this animation structure, animation deferred dependency class, and it's fascinating to me because it gives you sort of a chance to sort of isolate things. Like that's sort of the idea of unit tests in general. But um, the problem is that so that's a good thing. That's exactly what you're trying to do. Um, but the thing is like so I have a concept that I'm using that I don't really have any choice but to use it. But like if you go look at this visualization here, see this thing is updating the UI constantly, right? Like so the UI is constantly updating the position of this. Not the position, but like the view so that it looks like it's rotating. And um that is happening completely outside of Angular. Angular doesn't have any idea what's going on with that. It's not Angular wasn't really built for this kind of thing. Um, but it works. If it's fine. It's a good browser framework. The problem is that um, when you bring up an Angular application in a browser, what happens is that takes over the whole application, and that's the application until you and Angular and the browser are working in parallel. Um, really, Angular is working within the browser, and it's not really Angular; it's the output of Angular is working in the browser the whole time. But the thing that handles the code that handles the updates is called a request animation frame, which if you are from a working background, right? Like if you're from a his like people that are like sort of like carpenter or plumber or someone like that, then the request animation frame sounds like a noun. It sounds like a specific object or something that you would. That I mean, that's what it sounds like to me. But it's actually not. And if you were from more of a leadership, so like if your family were like captains of boats, um, some sort of leadership, then a request animation frame probably makes a lot of sense because, like, for me, a request is like me asking you to do something, but for leadership type of people, a request is like a form that you fill out. And that fill and many times it's on a time period, right? So like, oh, put it on our monthly request. Make sure you add that to our monthly request, right? It's a document, it's an actual physical form, and you fill it out. And then so what happens is this request is the function that you give it, and it runs that request and it attempts to run that 60 times a second. So that's completely outside of Angular. Angular doesn't really have any concept for that. Um, it just allows you to use it, but it has no concept of that. Um, well, so then we add in another layer, and that's Karma. So Karma Jasmine, what they actually do is they bring up Angular, they execute all your functions, and then they pull Angular down. And when they pull Angular down, that request animation frame is still running, but Angular doesn't exist anymore. And so that is why my personal opinion why this is breaking. And it's kind of wild because it actually says it has the little green thing like it passed up here, but over here it says, hey, it failed. So that is very strange. Um, and the failure is the injector has already been destroyed. So right now, the way things are in 2026, last day of April, um, the concept of the browser running with my request animation frame still executing um, isn't really possible in the lived life. It's a phrase I learned from ChatGPT the other day. They're like, this is not possible in lived life, but it is possible theoretically, which is just a bizarre statement. So, in the lived life, that should never happen. But it's possible that devices will come out in the future, that some other sort of view will come out in the future of way using browsers where maybe the request animation frame may be running still, or some other part might be running when the injector doesn't has already been destroyed. I don't know. But right now, it's not a thing, so I don't know how to capture it. But it did lead me to another rabbit hole, and that's that I don't have a really good way of communicating errors in this application. So I could go down that rabbit hole and I was like, oh, I need to build out a whole system for putting out messages. But the thing is if Angular's gone, I can't use Angular anyway. So I have to use something that's outside of Angular. And I think all I could do is console log. But I don't know exactly. That can be very difficult to unit test on its own. But basically, we need to add a try to this, and I think I did do a try catch the other day, but I didn't. Um, I didn't. Um, I didn't stay with the code because I couldn't unit test it, and then I was like, oh, I don't need that after all, but now I do need it. I think catch. Oh yeah, and then it accepts an argument. I believe most people will call it an error, and I don't know what that error, if I want to strongly type that error, what it would be. But then basically, I don't know what to do. I don't, I guess I just want to swallow this for now. I want a console log, but I don't know, like, error, I don't know if you can, it is so wild. Sometimes you're like working and you're just like suddenly like, oh my God, there's this big gap. What I would love to have is like this console.log. Um, and let's just try this. Attempted to um, access the injector after was already loaded, already gone, and then maybe the name of the function of the class st animation. Now you have to really watch out. Like if you do something along these lines, um, when you're working in a place, the other developers will come in and just blindly copy and paste things. And so this is kind of like if they don't keep this in sync with this, like if they copy and paste this and then they call it ST animation deferred class, then that probably is a sign. Let's see, so slow. Okay. Yeah, so that solved the problem. I don't know if it's going to end up being a problem when we get to the 100% coverage. So it seems like, though, we should, yeah. See, so yeah, see, we're getting that over and over and over again. So this is going to completely screw up our unit tests, and then because yeah, it's just getting this. It's just going to and they're all going to do that. And I don't know if we might end up having some actual issues because it feels like well, okay, so it did a console log. It would be nice if it would stop after, like, it would quit trying. And so, and I'm wondering, okay, so ST animation service. So see, it's calling this, and literally all it's expecting it is to be truthy, but now something caused the whole animation frame. I'm wondering if I can just only do it once. And I've never done anything like this. So let's just do this like error count is equal to 0. This should be able to see the error count. Let's see. Error count. And I don't know. Again, I don't know if we can. We're going to do this. What I'm worried about is that I won't be able to get to this line of code. But we can't, but we could for unit testing, but we can because I guess it would make sense to this error count. So we're just going to increment it by 1 and see if this stops. I think it'll stop. Like everything in me tells me that this is going to work. Sure enough. And so we should have had one like, hey, attempted. We actually have more than one. So I don't know why we have more than one, but we do. All right, so now let's go ahead and remove our fit. Okay. I'm in the wrong place. I'm guessing, okay, so this is in, it's weird. Okay, I don't know where we're, oh, okay, I guess if we go down here, we'll see the one. I don't know, it's weird. So it's showing one passed. Let me see. Can we find out down here? I don't know how to figure out which unit test is running. Because I thought it was going to be this one, but it's not, right? We are not. Okay, so we're probably either have a fdescribe or fit or an FIT. There it is. Okay, now let's go ahead and get rid of this. See if that helps. So basically everything that tried to create a renderer service ends up doing this. Okay, so now it's hitting all of those. So let's go ahead and hopefully we can just uncomment this now. And I have got to go. Okay, do I have an fdescribe up here? Is that what's happening? Yep, we sure do. Sure do. And I think we have more problems once we're running everything will have more issues, I think, because there's other unit tests. No, maybe not. All right, so that solved that problem. And we have everything is passing now, and I really should go to work right now, but I just can't help. But I have to see. I have to see it. Have to see if what my test coverage is. Ah, so we have, I like to have something to think about. So everybody's 100% except for two. It's so wild. I've never seen this. So we have an uncovered branch, but we don't have, but we have 100% test coverage. How about that? Never seen anything like that before. Should delete. This is set to false. So delete mesh never gets called with this set to false. So it defaults to true and never gets called with it set to false. So that's a cool one. I've never seen that one. Don't experience that very often. And then up here, let's see what happens in here. So we do have a bunch of stuff. So this one is hundreds all the way, but this animation service. So this guy never gets called at all. That's easy. That's easy. This might be a little bit more hard, and we definitely did not do what we normally do, which is break this into a smaller function so that we can uh, easily unit test it, and then we're not testing this. So that doesn't look like it's too bad. So get to 100% shouldn't be too bad in either case. Um, but like I said, this is a new one for me. I've never seen an uncovered branch, but every line of code is covered. That that is something wild to me. But basically, I think we need to call that with a false as in there. Anyways, happy coding, everybody. Have a wonderful day. Bye.